guys, it's Jessica from Peace Love Books, and today I'm here with a video I am so excited to be filming. If you know me, I love my Kindle. I literally read almost exclusively Kindle books or audiobooks. Even if I own the paperback or hardback, I'm like, let me download it on Kindle because I bring my Kindle everywhere, and it's just so much easier to read in bed, read with my light. So I actually own 6 e-readers. There are 7 in my household. One of these is my sister's, but it's a hand-me-down from me, and she just recently got a new Kindle of her own because she did not like my Kindle I wanted to hand down to her after I replaced my most recent one. So I do have 6 e-readers. 5 of them are Kindles, and one of them is another brand. It's just an MP3 player. I do not have any other brand of e-reader, though I would love to try some out. I know that there's books. I know that there's the Kobo, but I use Kindle because I have Kindle Unlimited and I love my ebooks. So I have a lot of Kindles. This is not normal. Don't come after me. But I'm going to be going through from oldest to newest, and then I'm going to go through my ranking of them. So the oldest one I have is the Kindle Paperwhite 10th edition. This is in the pink color. This was my sister's. We are going to be using this in this ranking though because it was mine first before I handed it down to her, but I'm ranking it based off of using it now because I was shocked when I was using this and my sister got a new Kindle because I was like, how are you still using this Kindle? Then I do have the Kindle Paperwhite 11th generation, which has been my most recent one until I got my new one, and I actually gave this to my sister to use, so these are her stickers. But she, surprise, didn't like this. She thought it was too big. So this is her old Kindle that she was using, and then I gave this to her to replace it as a newer edition, and she did not like how big this was, so she got a different one. But we have Paperwhite 10th generation, Paperwhite 11th generation, and then I do have the Kindle Oasis right here with a skin on it, pop socket clear case, and then I have the Paperwhite 12th generation, which is the newest one that just came out. I do have this one, let me take the case off, in pink. I have changed my mind. I do now use a case with a flap because my 11th generation Kindle scratched. I don't know if you can see it. There's a big scratch right here, and now I'm terrified of any Kindles scratching. And so I have Paperwhite 12, and then I do have the Matcha Kindle, which I actually just looked up, and this is actually just the basic Kindle 11th generation. In my review video, I did say it's 12th generation, and someone corrected me. They are correct. Only the Paperwhite is the 12th generation, but this Matcha Kindle is the 11th generation. So those are my Kindles, and then I do have an Oil Sky MP3 player that I got just to test out to see if I would like it as the viral purse Kindle. So it is an MP3 player though, just with the Kindle app on it. So between these 6 devices, I will be ranking them from least favorite to most favorite. I did actually buy the Kindle Colorsoft and returned it because I hated it. So I have review videos for all of these down below. I believe I've unboxed, I think, every single Kindle that I own, every e-reader, since I've started my channel, which was 10 years ago. So we have a long history of Kindles on my channel. I will link that down below, and we will go ahead and get to my ranking. So in 6th place, I feel like should not be a surprise because it's not that great. It's the cheapest out of all of these. It is the Oil Sky. So this is an MP3 player. I was really excited because it's adorable. I got it in pink. I have my little stickers on it. I keep this in my bag if I'm traveling or just like running errands or something. But this one is, first off, it shuts completely off after you don't use it for a while. So every time I want to use it, I turn it on, and I think it still has battery left. Okay, I have to turn it on, and it makes a really loud like jingle every time you turn it on. It takes a while to turn on, and it turns off after every time. And when I was setting this up, it was like overheating in my hand. So this is just like a cheap MP3 player that, I mean, gets the job done, but it's like not that great. It also is an MP3 player, so it has a normal screen, which I don't love reading on. I do like the screen of Kindles, but I did get to make it my own, so I put a little Winnie the Pooh wallpaper on there, but it glitches a lot, so it'll like open the Kindle app and then like kick me out and then not download books that well. So it's very glitchy. It is not the best technology. To be fair, I've had this for a while. I haven't barely used it, but it has not drained the battery just from being here. But like, look, so we're still on the Kindle home screen, like the loading screen. It's not loading the books. So this one is not that impressive. I mean, it gets the job done. So if you want like a cheap alternative to like the books Palma, which is like $300, and I think the Big Me is another one. See, that jingle should have come on when this turned on. Like everything lags. We're still lagging. We're still loading. If I go to my library, it's like squeaking. I mean, it's cute. It's super cute. Oh, but we're still like reloading everything. Oh, because it's trying to, okay. It's adorable. It is adorable, but I don't reach for it because it's got more glitches than not. So my Oil Sky little handheld thing is cute. I mean, it's there for the aesthetic, but it is what it is. And then I also heard that the, like they're updating the software and you might not even be able to use it after 2024. So I don't know about that, but the fact that it's just like an MP3 player with the Kindle app on it, it does its job, but it's nothing super exciting. So least favorite, number 6, my Oil Sky handheld little thing. I was excited when I opened it, but I was a little worried when I opened it in my unboxing video because it really overheated. It's glitchy. It's just, it's cute. That's really what the aesthetic is why it works. You know, coming at number 5 should be no surprise, but it is my oldest paperwhite Kindle. So this one is the 10th generation. This one was great when I first got it. It was one of the first, I think, paperwhites, if I remember correctly. It came in pink, which I love. Pink's my favorite color. It's still like a muted pink. I want them to have like a baby pink or like a really great pink color. They still haven't done that, but this one's the 10th generation. It's waterproof, but I actually had, like, for some reason in my mind, I was like, sister, like, don't you want the Kindle, to my sister because she was gonna get a new one, and I was like, don't you want a Kindle with the warm light? Like, don't you use that all the time? And she was like, mine doesn't have that. And I was like, what do you mean it doesn't have that? Yeah, it does. It doesn't. So I thought this had the warm light. This only has brightness. So this is just basically like a regular Kindle, but with a flat screen, and it's waterproof. And that's really the only benefit of this Kindle, but because it's so old, it is so slow. Let me actually, I don't remember, let me see if this tells me how old this is. I picked it up when I gave my sister my other Kindle, and I like started playing around with this, and I was like, how have you been reading on this? Because it lags so much. So much. So, okay, let's go to device info. It just says it's the Kindle Paperwhite 10th generation. It's, let me see if I can find this in my Amazon history actually. I don't remember if I actually bought it on this account, but we're gonna see, because it's been so long since I've had this one. No, we only have my 2022 Kindle. So this one I think is pre-2020, possibly. I don't know how old this is. It doesn't say in any of the settings stuff, but it's small. Like, that is a benefit of this that my sister really enjoyed, that this paperwhite compared to the next gen is definitely a lot smaller, and that's what my sister prefers, which is why she actually ended up buying the regular Kindle to replace this. But I think that this is on par with the regular Kindle. It's the same size. The only difference is this is waterproof and the screen is completely flush. It doesn't have that like dip down screen that this one does. There's like a little bit of a difference between, like, there's a lip right here that this one doesn't have, but nothing else about this is special, I think, in my opinion. Maybe it was faster when we got it, but like I said, it's at least 4 years old, so there's nothing exciting about this Kindle, and it is so slow. So number 5 is going to be the Paperwhite 10th generation, more so just because it is outdated. It did the job when it first came out. It was super exciting when it first came out. I think it was one of the first Paperwhites, if I remember correctly, but it is what it is. So that was number 5. Number 4. I feel like the next two are tied at number 4, but I feel like I'm going to be a little bit controversial with this opinion because I am going, I don't know, I haven't used this in a while, but I am going with my Kindle Oasis tied with my Paperwhite 11th generation. So I know. I'll go ahead and start with my Oasis. This actually is not for sale anymore, but I really did like this when I first got it. I was very excited. I think I got it when it went on like a really good deal, and that's when I always buy my Kindles, except for when I bought the newest gen of Kindle. So like when I got my Colorsoft, it was not on sale. When I got my Paperwhite, it wasn't on sale. I just wanted the newest technology because I already had one that was 2 years old, and that's typically around when I am intrigued to try new Kindles. But this one was one of my first ones that I got it without an ad on the cover, which I love, and one of the first ones I put a skin on it. But I do not love this like bump out shape on the back. It really annoys me because I know I can tape down my stickers, but my stickers, when I had taped them down to another Kindle, left like residue all over the back, and it was just like a mess, and I don't like taping down my stickers. This is such a little thing to complain about, but because it has this lip, the stickers slide so much when you have this on here, and I have to put my pop socket this way. Like, I'd rather have it like a little bit over, and I can't because there is this lip here. However, the buttons were really nice. I really did enjoy the buttons, but the reason why I don't reach for this as much anymore or even have it charged, like it's dead right now, is because it kept on like kicking me out of my book. I was very annoyed that this actually glitched more than my Paperwhite. It's more expensive than the Paperwhite. It's supposed to be more luxurious. It is thin. Like, I really like how thin it is, but it is wide, and I don't love how wide it is. It kind of feels more tablet-y, if that makes sense, than just like a regular Kindle. But I did really enjoy the buttons, and I like the fact that you can switch and read on either side. Like, that is a really cool feature on this. It's very sleek. I did enjoy this, but like, I don't love the shape of the back, and mine glitched a lot. So that is why this is number 4. Which I think is going to shock a lot of people because people love this. I think that they could do a really good job with a newer version of this. People really do love the buttons, and I do sometimes like laying in bed on this side because normally you have to be on this side to tap the page, but it's nice having those buttons. I do like them. This also does not have the USB-C, and I love having the same charger for everything. Like, this charger, I forget what it's called, but it's the one that all the old like Kindles use, and I literally only use my Kindle for that charger. Like, every other product that I own is now USB-C, so it's really annoying to have to still carry around that charger for this Kindle. So it is what it is. It still also does have the warm light. It does have waterproof. The screen is flush. It's very, very similar to the newer Paperwhites. It just has buttons, but I just didn't love it. I don't know. I just didn't love it. I do like the sleekness of it. I do like that. I do like how sleek it is, but I don't know. I just feel like maybe if I used it more, I would like it better, but it just kept on glitching, like kicking me out of a book and freezing, and I never had that problem with any of my Paperwhites before, so maybe it's just my Kindle that was like a little bit of a dud, but the Oasis is okay. Like I said, I'm very much in the minority. People love the Oasis. You can't even buy it anymore. I feel like they're gonna come out with something cool like this, but I don't know if they've had issues with the buttons, and that's why they don't have buttons anymore, but I don't know. That is my Kindle Oasis. So tied with number 4, but number 3, I feel like these are interchangeable. So it is going to be my Paperwhite 11th gen. This one is fine. It's a little bit bigger than this one. I don't know why we had to go bigger. I do like the smaller screen, but this one I really love for the warm light. So that is why I like both of these just fine, because this one did have the warm light. It is waterproof. It is fast. It had nothing wrong with it. I am annoyed about how easily the screen was scratching though. Like, I'm not nice to my Kindles. I will preface that. They literally go everywhere with me. I do have book sleeves when I put them in my bag, but I will, if I have like a sling bag, I just stick it in there because like the book sleeve doesn't fit. I throw it on my bed. I like fall asleep with my Kindle in my bed every single night, so I have to like dig around and try to find it. One time I thought I lost my Kindle, but it was under my pillow, like that I sleep on. I was like, how did you get under there? But this one I really loved when it first came out. It was like such a huge deal when it came out that it was the new Paperwhite because it did have the warm light. It was faster, and we still have the flush screen. We have it a little bit bigger, which I kind of like the smaller size. I don't know why I like the smaller size. It's not like I'm taking my Kindle a lot of places. Actually, that's why I bought the Oil Sky for travel, because this is just a little too big to put in your bag. But I will say it is the same exact size, almost exactly, as the Paperwhite 12th generation, but they have some differences, and I do go over these differences in my review video, which I will link down below, but they look pretty similar. Pretty much the same. There's really not a lot of difference. I think the screen has more rounded edges on this one than this one, and like that's it. So there's really not too much of a difference between these two. This only came in black, which is a flaw. I do not love that they only offer black when they can offer fun colored Kindles, but this one was really good. Like, that's why it's like 3 or 4. I did like it when it came out. It was great. Now though, I do have 2 favorites over this one. But like I said, the warm light's a game changer for me because I read a lot at night in bed, and I like to turn off my light because I, without a fail, fall asleep reading every single night, and that's like my nighttime routine. And so instead of falling asleep, I used to always fall asleep with my light still on. Now I just fall asleep with my Kindle on and it shuts off after like a minute or two, and it's great. So I love the warm light feature. I love the waterproof feature. I don't like how it's so much bigger than the old Paperwhite, but I have a next Kindle that I like because of the size. So this one, solid one. Can't go wrong with a Paperwhite. 11th generation. My number 2. I am just so obsessed with this. It is so cute. I like little things, okay? So that is going to be the basic Kindle 11th generation in matcha. This color is stunning. I'm gonna take it out of the case in a second, but I do have a case, and I will say, for this size, I love this strap. So I recently went to Disney last week, and I live in Ohio, so I flew to Georgia, and then I drove 6 hours / 7.5 because of traffic with my best friend to go to Disney. And this was my travel Kindle, which is originally why I got this, but this is so tiny. So if we're gonna compare this to the current Paperwhite, this is really small. It's basically Amazon's version of the purse Kindle. So this is my matcha Kindle. I'm obsessed with the color. I am trying to resist so hard from buying a pink case because like the pink on green is amazing. I had actually purchased this case for my Paperwhite and I accidentally ordered the wrong one. They had it labeled 12th generation and they sent this size. So I can't return it because it's an Etsy purchase. It's Winnie the Pooh. It's my favorite. So I had ordered a different case for my Paperwhite 12th generation, but I will say I am a sucker for color technology. Give me pink, give me green, give me purple, give me all the colors. So I love the fact that the new Kindles that they've come out with come in color. But this is just literally so lightweight, so cute. It does have the lip, like I said. Every other Kindle I own is flush screen. This one doesn't, and it's not waterproof, and it does not have warm light. But I use this primarily while I travel, or I was using it a little bit during reading vlogs where I was just like reading in my house. And so I like how compact it is. It can fit in every single bag that I have, and it's just so lightweight and so easy to have and like arrange myself on a plane or in a car, and it's pretty fast. Like it's not super fast. I will say that my Paperwhite is faster than this one, but I am pleasantly surprised. I have so many friends who've gotten this or have this as like a first Kindle for their relatives, and I think it's a fantastic place to start if you don't want to spend a ton of money on a Kindle and you just need a Kindle to read. The basic Kindle is so perfect. I love it, and I actually still get the smallest storage size because I read a lot, but I also read a lot on Kindle Unlimited, so I'll take something out and then I'll return it, or I get ebooks from my library, so I honestly don't need a ton of storage. So I think they have 32 gig for the Paperwhite, and I was worried because this only came in 16 gigabytes, but I barely use like 3 gigabytes on my old Kindle that I had for 2 years. So this, perfection. So perfect. But like I said, I'm really scared about scratching my Kindle after scratching my Paperwhite 11th generation so much on the screen. So I have covers for them now. But before, I was using the clear case with the pop socket and I loved it. And to make up for not having a pop socket, I got the Kindle with the strap, and I really love the strap. I kind of want to get this case with a strap now for my Paperwhite because it's just so nice to have something just like to hold while I read. I really like that. So number 2, matcha basic Kindle 11th generation. And number 1 does go, and I will say, I don't know if it's because of the case, but my first place is going to be my Paperwhite 12th generation in the color raspberry. It's a much brighter color than what I thought was going to be based off of the photos. I thought it was going to be more of like a jewel toned, and it is still jewel toned, but it's brighter. I love pink, so obviously I had to get this. I didn't get the metallic. I didn't need the metallic. It just seemed like more money than I did not need to spend. But this one I got full price. I got the matcha when it was on sale for Black Friday, but I got this full price after returning my Colorsoft and absolutely hating it and the grainy quality and the yellow light and everything about it. This one has everything I love in a Kindle, and it's fast. I think this would be even more perfect if it was a little bit smaller. I would love that. I don't know why they don't offer a Paperwhite in a smaller size, but this one, pink back, check mark, warm light, check mark, waterproof, check mark. It checks all my boxes when it comes to a Kindle that I love. It's very fast. It downloads books very fast. It is my fastest Kindle that I own. To be fair, it is my newest Kindle that I own, so it should be the fastest, but I love this so much. So there's nothing really I can do to complain about this because it is great. I will say the only thing is that it really attracts dog hair, but I don't know if that's because of my case. So when I'll close it and I open it, it'll have like a bunch of dog hair stuck to it and I have to like really wipe it off, but it might be because of the magnetic nature of my case. I don't know. If you know why my dog hair sticks to this more than any of my other Kindles, let me know. But I love this, and I do have to read it when I hold it. I usually hold it like this because I don't have a strap. I would love to get a strap for this case, but this one is my number one. It is the newest one. I reach for this one the most. I have my cutest case on it that I love, but I do really, really love my two newest Kindles and would say that they are my number one and my number two. So if this tells you anything, I think that their newest technology is amazing. I am someone who reads daily on my Kindle, so I think it is definitely worth the investment to get these. But like I said, this does the job. So this is like $90 as opposed to this one, which I think is like $130 around there. So it's up to you. If you want something to get the job done, get this one. If you want something that's a little bit more luxurious, has a different color light, that has the flush screen, that has the really speedy response, you download as much as you want. It is so fast. It connects. My only issue, I will say, and I have to figure out why it's happening, is that it doesn't sync super well to my iPad. So my iPad, when I go back and forth between reading this and then on my iPad, because I work out and I don't read on my Kindle, I'll use my iPad when I work out. So when I go from my Kindle to my iPad syncs and it's like, oh, go to your like latest page number that you were on. But when I go from my iPad back to my Kindle, it probably like 70% of the time doesn't sync from where my iPad was. I don't know why. I don't know how to fix it. I'll have to go and like swipe down and click sync, and it still does not like find my newest page number that I had. So I'll just have to manually like remember, oh, I was at like 80%. Let me go find where I was, which is not ideal because it should sync across devices, but that's just my little thing about this one. I don't think, like I had that issue with my older paperweight, but it's not as often, so I don't know what could be causing that issue. I don't know, but these are my top two. If you are in the market for a new Kindle or a new e-reader, I would recommend the Kindle Paperwhite 12th generation, the newest one. I think that the metallic one is just for like the frills. You do not need the metallic one unless you want to pay a little bit more for it and you like how metallic it is. I say the 12th generation. It does come in pink, green, and black, I believe, or the regular Kindle, which comes in matcha, which I just think is the cutest color ever, and I'm so tempted to like look at those two colors together. Like if I got a pink case for this, my friend also got the pink Kindle clicker for the matcha Kindle, and it is just like a dream. But I do have a black one. I got them when they were like new, so there was only black available to buy. I did not buy the pink Kindle clicker, and I'm telling myself to not buy new things just to get new colors. So we know I have a technology problem. But that is my ranking of the 6 devices I have. Number 1, Kindle Paperwhite 12th generation. Number 2, regular Kindle 11th generation. 3 and 4 are tied between my Kindle Oasis and my Kindle Paperwhite 11th generation. Number 5, my Kindle Paperwhite 10th generation. And number 6, my Oil Sky MP3 player. Should not be a surprise. But yes, if the Kindle Colorsoft was in this video, it would be number 7. I did not have fun reading on that thing, and it's very grainy. And I know people said that the technology layers the like e-ink and the Kindle like screen, so it's going to have a grainy technology, but I didn't know that. I didn't advertise it that way. I just figured it was the same quality as a normal paperweight, and I didn't love it. So I didn't love that experience, and I had a giant yellow bar at the bottom of my screen. That wasn't great. Had a lot of things to work through on that Kindle, so I did return it, but these are my 6 I currently own that I love. Let me know your ranking of the Kindles if you've had any. What is your favorite Kindle? I would absolutely love to hear, and I will have all my videos linked down below of these unboxings and the Amazon link to all of these as well. If you've made it this far, leave me a cloud emoji for the oil sky. Just because it has sky in the name, leave me a cloud emoji, and that's all I have. As always, thank you so much for watching and have a good day. Bye.